Ryan, first tonight, supporters called it a once-in-a-lifetime gift. But tonight, Governor Rick Scott has turned down $2.4 billion in federal funding, putting the brakes on a high-speed rail line between Tampa and Orlando. Our Chris Martinez joined us live from Tampa tonight with more on the governor's decision and the fallout. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Wendy. And this plot of land right here in downtown Tampa, this is where the rail station would have been built. And as far as the governor is concerned, it never will be. But tonight, supporters of that rail plan, they are very hopeful that they might still be able to make this work.
I believe the risk far outweighs the benefits.
Even with more than $2 billion in federal help, Rick Scott says high-speed rail is too expensive, ridership too uncertain, and the whole project just too big of a risk.
I don't see any way that anyone's going to get a return, and so I'm very concerned about the Florida taxpayers.
And likewise tonight, some taxpayers are worried too. People like Bill Denver, who runs a construction union of thousands of workers who were counting on building the line.
Electricians, carpenters, millwrights. Well, he's just shut down a bunch of jobs.
24,000 jobs at that, maybe more, supporters say, over a 5-year stretch. But those numbers were never mentioned by the governor today when he talked about killing the plan. Instead, he said he'd rather see money spent expanding state highways and seaports. But the federal money can't be spent on anything besides rail. And supporters like Tampa's mayor say jobs to build that line were a sure thing.
That's what we want. We talk about shovel-ready jobs. These were shovel-ready jobs.
And the question now is this project entirely dead? Florida Senator Bill Nelson says he has a team looking for other financing options and legal ways to sidestep the governor's decision to bring the rail back to life.
Private companies are bidding to build and to operate the high-speed rail. We cannot afford to let this opportunity pass us by.
And with that in mind, one option that Nelson and other lawmakers are looking at tonight is the possibility of creating some sort of rail authority, an agency that the governor would not control, but that could still accept that federal money and then move forward with the project. But if they're able to get that together, they have to move very fast, and that's because the money set aside for Florida by the end of this week could be handed out to other states like California or New York for their rail projects. We'll let you know what happens with all that. We're live tonight in Tampa. I'm Chris Martinez, ABC Action News.